attorney of fact for Matthew Aldridge.
Yes.
Right. Now, you understand Matthew Aldridge is required to be here today because his trial is next week. And if you are Matthew Aldridge, then this is your last day to settle your case by any sort of an agreement. Otherwise, you're going to go to trial next Monday, is it?
The 15th.
All right. You'll be going to trial, and it will be a jury trial. And
yes,
you're going to represent yourself, correct?
Correct.
Raise your right hand. Let's place you under oath. I just want to ask you a few questions on the record. How old are you?
I'll be 40 this August.
And how far did you go in school?
I graduated.
All right. From high school?
Yes.
You've familiarized yourself with the rules of criminal procedure?
Yes, I have been.
All right.
Yes,
so you understand what the rules are regarding a trial. Do you also understand what the rules of evidence are regarding a trial?
Correct.
And you understand that you're going to be held to the same standard, acting as your own lawyer. You have every right to represent yourself, and I'm not saying you don't. I'm just simply saying you will be held to the same standards that any other defendant will be represented by an attorney. Do you understand that? I'm going to ask that you sign this written waiver. Right, you have signed this without prejudice. Is that your name?
All right, pause here. This judge is doing something important. He's giving this man every warning possible. This isn't intimidation. This is protection. Representing yourself sounds powerful until you realize the court isn't here to teach you how to win. Same rules, same consequences, no safety net. And the judge knows exactly where this is heading.
Without prejudice?
Yeah, without prejudice, your name?
3-301. Would you like?
No, understand, we're not going to mess around when we come back next week for this trial.
I'm
not
aware
going to put up with any kind of foolishness where you don't identify yourself. Matthew Aldridge is the defendant. I know you are Matthew Aldridge. You're going to go to trial next week, and you're going to have to be in front of a jury of 12 citizens. We're going to pick a jury. We're going to try this case, and if you are found guilty, then you'll go on to appeals court, and then you'll have a right to an appeal.
Yeah.
But if you come in here and say that you are the attorney of fact, or that you are without prejudice, or whatever the situation is, you understand that I'm not going to put up with that kind of foolishness in front of a jury. You're going to have to represent yourself, but you're going to have to come in here and adhere to the rules. Do you understand that?
Correct.
That he has signed this without prejudice, but I know him to be Matthew Aldridge, and therefore I'm going to hold him responsible for a waiver of his right to counsel.
This is where things start going sideways. The attorney-in-fact language, the without prejudice stuff, this isn't legal defense, it's internet law. And notice the judge's shift. He's not angry yet, but he's drawing a line. Courtrooms don't run on word games. They run on identity, accountability, and procedure.
The witness problem, the state has indicated that they may be wanting to dismiss the case against Matthew Aldridge. But Matthew Aldridge has not appeared in this court officially. So what I want you to understand is this. You can play this game with trying to say that you are the attorney of fact or whatever. And if you persist in doing so, the only choice I have is to issue a failure to appear warrant for Matthew Aldridge. And if you, under oath, tell me today that you are in fact Matthew Aldridge, then we can take steps to try to resolve this matter. So it just boils down to, if you want to stand on your procedures, then what I'm going to do is, and you refuse to identify yourself as Matthew Aldridge, then I have no choice but to issue a warrant for failure to appear against Matthew Aldridge. And I'll have you step back with the officers, and they'll try to identify whether or not you are or not. You cannot defeat the ends of justice.
This is the real moment of danger. People think refusing to identify yourself gives you power, but here, it does the opposite. The judge makes it crystal clear. You either exist in this courtroom as a defendant, or you leave in handcuffs while they figure it out for you. This is reality crashing into theory.
Or the justice system by simply trying to say you're not who you say you are. So,
may I speak?
Yes, sir. Put that microphone up so we can make sure that. There you
go. By appearing in attorney in fact, I am protecting my Fourth Amendment right.
Your Fourth Amendment right. What right under the Fourth Amendment are you asserting?
I have the right to my own private property, and I don't have the right. I do not have to give my name. It's basically the Fifth Amendment too. establishing evidence against yourself.
And I've explained to you what's the process is going to be today, correct?
I am aware. I am Matthew Aldridge, as described in the criminal complaints I've set out.
Hold on just a second. Raise your right hand and let the clerk place you under oath.
Okay.
You solemnly swear or affirm that you will give the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
I do.
All right. Now, are you Matthew Aldridge, the defendant in this case?
I am Matthew Aldridge, as described in the criminal complaint that I sent registered mail on Thursday against the witness.
I'm not sure that we have received anything.
Yes, the witness.
And now comes the constitutional remix. Fourth Amendment, Fifth Amendment, private property, all blended together. This is a perfect example of knowing words but not meaning. The irony is trying to avoid self-incrimination while actively creating a record against himself.
We haven't received anything. What exactly were you saying?
It's registered mail. I have my tracking number. It's at home. It is registered mail. It went out Thursday from.
So you're using the
Andersonville.
government entity or a semi-government entity of the post office registered mail to send something to this court?
Well, every time I've stated something on the record in the clerk's office, you've always asked, I haven't seen nothing in the mail. And so I figured that's where you'd be looking for it.
All right. Well, you have identified yourself as Matthew Aldridge, the defendant in this case.
Right here, this is the collapse. He finally says the words he avoided for almost 6 minutes. And look how fast the courtroom changes. No drama, no speech, just procedure moving forward.
And therefore, General Willoughby had indicated that he was going to dismiss this case based upon a witness issue that the complaining witness or the state's main witness was someone who is no longer with the law enforcement here in this area and was not willing to return based on issues that had happened. Is that still the state's position? All right.
Yes, Judge.
All right. Then Matthew Aldridge, now that you have identified yourself correctly as the defendant in this case, then the state is moving to dismiss the charges against you because of a witness problem. Case is dismissed.
This ending is wild. After all that resistance, all that posturing, the case gets dismissed because the state's witness is gone. And that's the lesson. The system didn't collapse. His strategy didn't win. Reality did. He didn't beat the court. He almost talked himself into jail right before walking out free.